Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to our tea party number 32 here at the Joy House. And hope everyone is doing well. Let's head to the front door and let's see who's here. It is party time. All right. Trying to get to the front of the line, and we have an eagle in the house. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Margie. Welcome in, Margie. And Margie says, Nugs, everyone. Hello, Angela. Welcome in. Nugs, she says, hi, everyone in the chat. She says, hope you're doing well. She's doing fine, drinking water and working on her triangles. Welcome in, Angela. And Miss Suzanne is here. Hello, happy Thursday. Nugs, nugs, nugs. Welcome to the Joyful House, Suzanne. And we have another eagle in the house. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle shout out to our lovely Candy. Welcome in, Candy. And Candy is giving out her nuggies. So welcome in, Candy. So good to see you. All right. And let's see who else we have. Miss Jen is here. Hello, Nugs, Nugs, my sweet friend. So good to see you. Happy Thursday. Had so much fun over there with you and Ivy the other night. Y'all had me just laughing. Oh, was working on my mystery make along for the Joy team, the next one that they'll be doing, trying to get a prototype made up. And I had to keep just stopping because I just kept laughing, but I enjoyed my time over there. Love you gals so much. And we have another eagle in the house. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Wanda. And Wanda says, hello and nugs, everyone. Well, hello to you, Wanda, and nugs and joy to you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for your shoulder, your big, big shoulder. I appreciated that earlier today. I needed that. All right. Jen, my friend, how are you tonight, says Wanda. And Jen says, I'm good. How are you, Wanda? I love that. I love that. I'm so glad that you guys do that. I'm so glad that you come in and you greet one another and just fill the joyful house with love and joy right off the get-go, as soon as you cross the doormat. So thank you so much for that. Wanda says, I just saw a short on Dr. Pepper butter. What? What are they going to come up with next? Dr. Pepper butter. Oh my goodness. I have to tell Todd that Mr. Joyful will definitely want to try that. I'm going to have to give it a try. Got to get some Dr. Pepper first. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome back, Miss Suzanne. She says, hope everyone is doing well. And Wanda's saying hello back to her. Right, Jen. Jen says, oh my, I'm not sure what to think about that. Miss Doris, hello, nugs, nugs. Mwah, how are you? Welcome into the Joyful House. So good to see you. Always, always. Everybody is still welcoming each other in. I love it. Candy says, Wanda, have you tried the Dr. Pepper infused brats? What? Oh my gosh, I'd never heard of that either. Interesting. Does a Dollar Tree sell those, Candy? And we have another eagle in the house. If you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our sweet and lovely Tiffany. Welcome in, Tiffany. So good to have you. And Tiffany says, hello, Miss Cynthia and chat friends. I hope you all had a great day. Same to you. Hope everyone had a great Thursday. I've had quite a few play dates today, so I've definitely had a great play day. And then I went and hung out at Miss Margie's house for a while. So it's been a great day. Hello, Miss Linda. Welcome in. Nugs, Nugs. How are you doing? So good to see you. Hope you had a great birthday, my friend. Hello, Kim G. How are you? Nugs, Nugs. So good to see you. Welcome into the Joyful House. Everyone is still greeting each other. Thank you so much for that. Hello, Latanya. How are you? Nugs, Nugs. Welcome in. So good to see you. And Miss Terry is here. Nugs, Nugs. Got a full house tonight. I love it. I love it. And everyone is saying hello. Love that even more. All the love. And Miss Bridget, we got the queen in the house, you guys. Nugs, Nugs. So sorry I missed you, Bridget. I had to cancel my member live Monday night, but feeling much better. Good to see you. I love seeing the video you had on Facebook of all the kiddos out in the yard playing, and I can tell that Fawn was so happy to have her brother. So it was just a beautiful video, beautiful moment. Thank you for sharing. All right. Everyone's welcoming Doris and Bridget in. Thank you so much for that. Hello, Mateo. Welcome in. So good to see you. Nugs, Nugs. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Candy says no, Walmart. They are Johnsonville brats. Oh, brats. Is it like a sausage? I was thinking like a candy, but is it like a sausage? Because you know how they have those little brat candies? But it sounds like you're talking about a sausage, maybe. Not sure what Wanda was saying. I heard the brats weren't good. Were not good, she's saying. Candy says, Wanda, they were gross. Definitely won't do then a what do you call those, like a food video or whatever. She said I kept hitting enter instead of shift. Now that sounds like something I would do. Thank you guys for welcoming Mateo in. Miss Linda says, Nugs, my birthday was nice and had lunch with some of her red hat gals. Oh, I love it. I love it. Sometime you'll have to take a picture of you in your red hat, Miss Linda, and send it in, and we'll share it during our chasing our fun segment. Oh, he would love that, Wanda. He would love that if you sent him the link. Bratwurst. So yes, you're talking about the sausage links, or like a kibasi type hot dog. Yeah. Ugh. I don't think I would like that. Jen, I do that all the time. In fact, I did that over at Miss Margie's house, and I was like, well, how come she's saying people said things and I don't see it? So then I scrolled up and says, oh, because silly girl, you're on top chat instead of live chat. I don't understand. We had this conversation somewhere before. I don't remember if it was my live or someone else's live, but don't even understand. I think it was the last tea party. Why do they even have top chat and live chat? I guess top chat helps somebody that's just coming in kind of breeze through and get, kind of a quick overview. But who does that? Do y'all do that? I don't do that. I just jump into where the chat's at, you know? Oh, hello, Angela S. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you again. Tell Lucia I'm giving her a great big hug. And I hope it's okay to say this, but tell her I love the way her cabin's looking. Looking mighty fine. And to those of you here, Angela said that when they finish making her cabin for a school project, that they will send in a picture and we'll put it under Chasing Our Fun. So we'll all get to enjoy that when it's finished. But great job, Lucia. You and Mom are doing a fantastic job. What a great bonding moment, too. I miss that. I miss doing school projects with my kids. Now, I didn't miss it when they all three had one at the same time. That I didn't miss. But I did love working on the individual projects with them, both for school and for church. All right. Well, with that, you guys, I am at the bottom of the chat. So if you will drop some emojis, that way I can find my way right back in the chat. And I got a little information thing here. Won't let me click on the chat. I can't do that. If I have to read and greet everyone in, oh, gotcha. So see, top chat would be good for that then. Thank you, Miss Margie, for that emoji. That will definitely help me. Before we really get truly started in here, if you would like an opportunity, thank you, Angela, for those emojis, to possibly gain some extra entries on the Tea Party Wheel. We'll be spinning those the next time we're together, and that will be on Thursday, May the 14th. Remember that next Thursday is the week that is part of the week that I take off at the beginning of the month. So we will come back together in 2 weeks for our next tea party number 33. Can't believe we've already done 30 plus tea parties, but we'll spin that wheel. So if you want an opportunity, if you want to go ahead and drop wheel in the chat, remember, and in case you're new, just a reminder to those who are not, and then a little announcement to those who are. It only takes one time to get on the Tea Party giveaway tool, but the more times you list it, the more opportunities you give Nightbot to give you extra entries. And those are always posted on Saturday on the community post under our little chatter wheel thank you at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. While you guys are continuing to drop wheel, one thing we like to do here in the Joyful House is fill our joy tanks with joy. So if you will, take a moment and join me as we fill our joy tank with joy. All right. Hope you are feeling joyful. So we are going to go ahead and pick 5 names. We always do 10 names unless we meet our goal, and I'll be dropping that in just a moment. But let's go ahead and pick 5 names to give extra entries to on the wheel. Good luck, everyone. That first wheel entry is going to Miss Doris. Congratulations, Doris. And Tiffany, congratulations. Excuse me. Mateo, congratulations. Angela Wright, congratulations. And Miss Margie, congratulations. And we'll get a couple more names in just a little bit. All right. Next thing I want to do is I am going to share our goal. Remember, if we don't make it, it is okay. But if we do, then we get to give away quite a bit of things tonight. So if we meet our goal tonight, and I did put it a little bit higher, but that's because if we meet our goal tonight, we will give away 5 extra entries to go on the giveaway wheel. Then we will give away a Joy is My Superpower shirt. And I have someone who's going to come up in a little bit and model one. We're going to give one away to those that donate tonight. And then we will give away one in the chat as well. So exciting, exciting. And if we don't meet our goal and someone does gift a super chat, I'm going to keep them on the super chat wheel until the next time we meet our goal. So you'll just have extra entries on the next time we meet our goal. All right, moving on. We got some birthdays to celebrate here in the Joyful family this week. So if you will, let's head over to the party room and let's celebrate some birthdays. Always love and enjoy celebrating our birthdays. And we got quite a few this week. So our April birthdays, to finish out April, we have Miss Tracy from Moonlight Crochet and Crafts. We have Trey Joyner. We have Jennifer from Froggy Winna Knitting. We've got our lovely Wanda, who is in the chat with Crochet Done My Way. And on the same day as Wanda is Daniel, the Paw Ply Guys. And Wanda, I just realized in that need today, I didn't even wish you a happy birthday. So charge it to my head and not my heart. And then tomorrow, and then we also have Ginger from the Yarn Geek. And then tomorrow, hitting our May birthdays, is Miss Darcia. So happy birthday to all of them. So if you will, join me in singing happy birthday. All right. Happy birthday to all of them. Hope you are having a great birthday week and your day is special. And this is the best birthday to date. Happy, happy birthday. All right. We have some other people to recognize. So first, I would like to recognize our new Joy family members. This is anyone who hits the subscribe button. They automatically become a part of the Joy family once they do that. And we have 2 new Joy family members. So if you will, help me give a great big welcome to Jenny Anderson and also to Mary Walker. It is a joy and a pleasure to have you here in the Joyful House. And so this is for the 2 of you. All right. We have a couple anniversaries to celebrate. If you decide to level up your support and do a membership, we call you the Joy Team. And we have 2 Joy Team members that have reached a anniversary milestone. So if you will, join me as we celebrate those anniversaries. We have one Joy Team member that is celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And so if you will, help me give a great big happy anniversary to Miss Linda. And then we have another Joy Team member that is celebrating their 3rd anniversary. So if you will, help me give a great big shout out to our Nancy Mack. And before we celebrate them, have you guys seen Miss Nancy in a while? I haven't seen Miss Nancy. I've got a letter written. I just need to get it addressed and out in the mail to her, but want to check in on her. She had a birthday a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I haven't seen her in anyone's lives, not just here at the Joyful House. So would like to check on her, and I'll check on the chat in a minute and see if anyone has seen or heard from her. But if not, hopefully this letter will let her know, because I did say we all miss her. It wasn't just a personal letter from me. I also put in that we would all like to see her. Hope she's doing well. So if I hear back from her, I will let you guys know as well. But anyway, want to continue celebrating Nancy and Miss Linda with their anniversary. So happy anniversary to both of you. And I just realized, Miss Linda and Miss Nancy, if you happen to be listening, that something I have forgotten to do. I did it on the community post, and I keep sharing it out here in the chat, but I realized that I forgot to do your anniversary videos for the channel. So I will work on those sometime tonight or tomorrow and have those go out first thing in the morning. So again, charge it to my head and not my heart and all this sickness that I've had. But I'll get it together. But anyway, thank you for the grace. All right. We also have some new Joy Team members that we would like to recognize and welcome to the Joy Team. So if you will, help me give a great big shout out to these 10 folks. They were gifted membership by the channel Cynthia's Joyful Creations. And it is Kiwi from Kiwi's Crochet Corner, Amy with Crafting Adventures with Amy, Laura from Laura's Block Ministries, Chandler from Chandler Rocks with Yarn, Cindy from Lulu's Treasure Trove, VA, Christy from Christy Bomb, Michelle Day, Be Naughty Crochet, and Miss Gloria, our Sugar Wooga from Miss Glow's Crochet Creations. We also want to welcome these 5 individuals who were gifted memberships by Miss Margie from Margie's Crafty Corner. And it is Dawn from Dawn Aaron Loving Hands Creations, Beverly from Beverly Lee Creates, Jennifer Ruckle, Miss Nisi from Free Handly Made All Crochet, and Diana from Diana D Loves Yarn. And we also are blessed to have 5 more individuals that were gifted membership from our lovely Wanda from Crochet Done My Way. And it is Mimi from Mimi Loves Crochet, Kim G, Dory Did It, Robetta from Beta Customs Plus, and Daphne from Daphne's Creative Touch. So love all of our new Joy Team members and want to recognize them as well. All right. Thank you again to Margie and Wanda for your generosity and your gift of membership. Truly appreciate that so, so much. All right. Let's head back over to the tea room and let's get our tea party started with our tea for the night. So tonight, the mug that I chose is my Campbell Soup mug. It has a different saying on both sides. It's kind of a heavy mug. For such a shallow mug, it's quite heavy. But on this side facing me, it says, "Gifts to give all year long. Be genuine, be a friend, and be optimistic. And that is from Hannock and Melody McCarty. And then this side says gifts to give all year long. Spread a little joy and give someone a flower from your garden. Look for something beautiful in one person every day. I don't know if y'all can read that or not, but if not, I did just read it out. And of course, again, this heavy mug, this was this side here. And it's covered in butterflies. Of course, it had joy on it. It was covered in butterflies. It was something I had to get, but I actually found this at a Goodwill. So I felt like it just had Cynthia written all over it and Joy Family. So that is the mug that we're going to be drinking from tonight. And let me go ahead and pour this water. I've been keeping it on warm. All right. And I don't know what my tea is going to be. I'm going to grab it from my sister Angel box. Again, this is this company, not advertising for them, but just sharing. And let's go for a purple packet. Figs and vanilla. Now that's a combination I can promise you I've never had. Figs and vanilla. Let's see what it says. Adaptogens calm is what it says. And you can see on the back there, it's got figs and vanilla. Of course, it did on the front too, didn't it? All right. This is a flavored herbal tea, and it is caffeine free. That's always a win. And it's got rubiose in it, chicory root, natural fig flavor with other natural flavors, ashwagandha root, and natural vanilla flavor with other natural flavors. That's a mouthful. All right, so let's get this seeping. And then we're going to spill some tea, and then we'll come back and give it a try. All right. The tea bag is in the tea. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to spill it on my keyboard. All right, we're going to let that seep a little bit. And I'm always curious to know what you're drinking, whether it's tea or water or soda or coffee, hot chocolate, maybe something nice and calming, milkshake. Let me know what's in your cup tonight. All right. Before we go and spill the tea, let me head back over to the chat and see if there's any next for me to nug on. I'm sure you guys have already done a fantastic job of doing that. I'm going to go look for those emojis that Miss Margie and Angela had dropped for me earlier. Got a lot of wheels. You know, it's important to me that I try to catch everyone when they come in and give them a little bit of love and a little bit of nugs. And again, since we have so many new Joy family, if you keep hearing nugs, that just simply means a great big hug around the neck. We're just a hugging group of people. And Miss Linda gave me a sweet emoji. Thank you, ladies, for that again. All right. Jen says, no top chat and I'd miss people. I hear you. Miss Doris, thank you for your emojis. I love those. All right, let me just scroll down through this. Make sure I don't miss anyone as well. And so far, we've greeted everyone that I'm seeing drop in wheel. Nightbot's messages stop me sometime. I think somebody's saying something. It's Nightbot. All right, I'm getting very close to the bottom of the chat. Thank you guys so much for wishing all of our Joy family happy birthday that are celebrating. And then our two sweet special ladies that are celebrating their anniversaries. Appreciate that so much. Y'all are such an amazing Joy family. All right, Wanda says, I cannot donate tonight. Please don't ever feel like you ever have to. Oh my gosh, Wanda. Wow, bless your heart. Well, luckily you found that. Oh my goodness. So sorry that happened. You did, Jen. So is she okay? I could easily just call her because I have her phone number or text her, but I decided to drop a sweet little, card in the mail to her. So I'm going to get that ready. I've got something to go out to Grandma Anna, which I'll be showing y'all in just a minute. I finished it up. I worked hard. Today during my play dates, and I told them, I said, y'all, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep crocheting because I'm trying to get this finished before tonight because I want to get it off and I don't want to hold on to it till our next tea party to show. I want to get it out to her right away. So I got it done. So thank you, Tiffany, for welcoming in all of our new Joy Team members. Thank you, Doris, for that. Miss Linda is welcoming everyone. I appreciate that. Thank you, Suzanne. Miss Wanda is drinking sweet iced tea. Doesn't that sound refreshing? Hello, Laura. Welcome in. Nugs. So good to see you. Oh, Tiffany, I think you were drinking that the last time, and that sounds so good. Mr. Joyful, we need to get some lemonade. Oh, that sounds so refreshing. Miss Margie says, just had coffee and she is currently drinking water. Oh, yum, yum, yum. All right. Miss Dora says, I've been drinking lots of water and tea, need to be more hydrated and flush things out. I hear you, my friend. Good for you. You can do this. All right. Thank you guys for welcoming Laura in. And we have a milestone to celebrate. Miss Margie is celebrating 46 months on the Joy Team. You guys, that is amazing. That's almost 4 years, Let's head over to the party room real quick and celebrate this wonderful milestone with her. Thank you so much, Miss Margie, for all that you do. All right, here we go. This is for Miss Margie. All right. Okay, heading back over to the chat. Miss Linda says she is drinking Ocean Spray Cran Grape flavored water. Oh, wow, that does sound delicious. Yum, yum. It was the bank that caught it. The amounts were $10 and under. Well, thank goodness for that. But oh my goodness, it could have been so much worse, right, Wanda? Well, great job on your bank. That gives you a lot of faith and trust in them. All right, there's a sweet emoji from Miss Doris, and I love the little heart eyes. So cute. Such a great emoji for you, Miss Doris, because you are filled with such love. You bring so much joy to our community. Tiffany, says, I've been making myself lemonade almost every day for the past 2 weeks or so. That sounds so refreshing. I love a good glass of lemonade. Wanda says, I imagine if they had went through, my account would have been emptied. Oh, probably true that. True. Right. All right. And I think I missed. Nope, I didn't. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for congratulating Miss Margie. With that, I'm at the bottom of the chat again. So if you guys will be so sweet and drop me some emojis, I would appreciate it. And we are going to go get ready to spill the tea. All right. Spilling the tea. I don't really have a lot of tea to spill this week. And as we get ready to do that, boy, this tea is dark. Let me see if I can show you the color of this tea. Like, it is a really dark tea. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that without me tipping too much. I don't want to spill it. That is really dark. Let's see. Let's see what figs and vanilla taste like. That's really good. That's really good. I'm going to be honest. I had one 2 days ago from that box. It was lemon and ginger. And I can't remember if I was on a play date when I drank it. I don't think I was on a live. I think I was on a play date. I couldn't finish it. I tried. I tried so hard because it had probiotics in it. I think that's how you say that word. So I was trying. To get that down. Whew. It just burned. It was just too strong. This is good. So what did we say it was again? Figs and vanilla. Figs and vanilla. Cheers. I like that one. It's really good. I taste more of the vanilla than I do the figs, but it's good. It's good. All right. Our spill the tea. What do we have? First off, just a reminder that next week is the week that I take off from the channel to rest, relax, play, and get ready for the month of May. There will be a couple things that will be on the channel. We will still have our Crafts of the Heart, and we will still have Once Upon a Storybook. Since those are uploaded videos, I decided to go ahead and continue doing those even though I'm off that week. I'll be honest, I'm still up in the air with Craft Table Talks. Pardon me. It's good, but creates bad manners. I wanted to take a break from as much as I could, but we're at a point in Craft Table Talks where we are actually going to create something. And so I don't want to make, if there is a newcomer to crochet, have to wait for that. So if I can get that video finished between now and Saturday, then I will go ahead and put it up. So that is the goal. But the community post will reflect anything that is being shown. So on Monday, I've already got it created and scheduled. There's a little post that says, hey, have a great week. Hope you relax and refresh as well, and et cetera, et cetera. If I do Craft Table Talks, then I'm simply going to do a post that has the link to go straight to that video. And then on Friday, there will be the same post that there normally is, and it will have the links for Crafts of the Heart and Once Upon a Storybook. But everything else, all the Joy Team lives Monday and Tuesday will be won't be happening. The watch party, the tea party, the movie night, none of that will happen. And then Reel It In on Sunday also will not happen. But everything else I'm planning on being there. So the community post is always a great place to see exactly what's going on in the Joyful House, not only when, where, and what time, whether it's a video, a live, or a moment in the Zoom room. All right, the next little bit of tea I have to spill is just a reminder that if you are doing Crafts of the Heart, I need to have your pictures in no later than 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in order to be included in Saturday's video. Now, if you are a participant of that, if you don't get a update in, I am going to leave what you've currently given to date on that video, and it will still be shown. And if you can tell whether you're participating or not, I've decided to add everybody's progress picture in each video, so you get to see their start to current rather than having to just pick up with the current. Because I actually had someone email me and say, does this have to be a project that I'm just starting, or can it be one I've already started? And so I realized that by just showing your current updates, it does bring in a little bit of confusion for that. So I feel like if I show from your beginning, not only does it kind of eliminate that confusion, but also the enjoyment of just being able to be refreshed and see the progress from day one or week one to week current. But if you're not familiar with what Crafts of the Heart is, it's just an opportunity for you in your busy, busy life and crazy, crazy schedule to pick a project that you've always wanted to do, whatever that may be. It could be any craft that exists. It does not have to be something yarn related. Any craft, whether it's cooking, gardening, whatever your craft is, whatever makes your heart just jump for joy. Just pick that project, start it, send us a progress picture, and then every week, give yourself at least 15 minutes to 2 hours of grace time to just block out the world and just work on that project. And whatever you do, whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's the full 2 hours, send us a progress picture and we'll get that added in. All right. Playdates. Playdates are going to be going out on the community post tomorrow. And I shared this last week. I think there's like 5 slots left. I do about 16 to 18 playdates a month. And of course, that's over about a 3, sometimes 4-week period, depending on whether it's a 4 or 5 week month. I don't do any playdates on that week that I take off. I literally try and step away from the channel other than emails and comments. I try to respond to those still. But other than that, I truly try to take a break and just, focus on family, focus on life, just focus on spending time outdoors, just whatever, wherever the wind blows. I'm on no one's schedule, not even my own. But anyway, those play dates come out tomorrow, and there's only 5 left available of the ones I have listed. And there are less this coming month because one of the days that I do play dates, I will be at the doctor's having tests and stuff run. So I won't be able to get there and get back and have the energy to do play dates. So there's 2 play dates less than there normally would be. But I tried to put some extras though in on Mondays, where I normally wasn't doing them on Mondays either. And the reason that so many of them are already filled is because if I have a current play date with you the month before, I try to schedule the next play date with you before we end that current play date. So once you get on there and do a play date, then we'll get your scheduled month to month before that list goes out. And if I get to a point that all of them are scheduled before the list goes out, then I will try to find a place to open up for a couple more. If you are not familiar with what a play date is, it is just simply a one-on-one time with me in the Zoom room where we just sit and chat or crochet. Like today, I crocheted my little heart out in both my play dates. But that's what that is. All right. I think that's all the Joy House news. So let's go to our poll. You should have seen when you came in a poll running at the top of the chat there. Let's see here. Let me see if I can go over here on YouTube side and find that poll. Seems like last week I had a hard time finding it. Can you guys see the poll? Can someone just let me know if y'all can see that? You can see it. Okay. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here. Blooper. It's pinned at the top on the YouTube app. Okay. I'm on the YouTube side. I do not see it. I hope I didn't just close it. No, I think I just closed that. Okay. Why can't I see it? It's at the bottom of the chat on my screen, says Margie. Okay, so let me go to the bottom of mine. Thank you so much, Miss Doris, for being here. If you get some free time later on, come back and look at the Community Makes video so you can see what everyone made. Thank you guys for hugging her out. Nugs, nugs. Hope things calm down. I see where to go to create it, but it is not popping up for me. I'm not seeing it. I'm going to share screen with you so y'all can see what I see. Maybe you can see what I'm not seeing. I'm scrolling back to the top now. Oh, maybe I have to be on live chat. Maybe that's what it is. I was on top chat and it has to be on live chat. Okay, got it. Got it. Learning as we go. Okay. In the chat tonight, you guys said, of all the items listed, the one you think I do not collect, you said there's no votes for mugs. 32% says they don't think I collect candles. There were no votes for pens, and 68% said clocks. All right. So let me go over here to the community post where I posted that. All right. Over here, 8% said they think I do not collect mugs. Nobody voted for candles there. Nobody voted for pens. And 92% said they think it's clocks. All right. I always like to share comments. And Miss Samantha said, hi, Cynthia. I collect yarn and crochet bags and crochet hooks and Bibles and books and jerseys and Lego set crochet books and coloring books and coloring pens and looms and word search books and pens And right now I'm working on Baby Beanie for Juan's donation drive. Keep up the great work on your YouTube channel and keep up the great work on your crochet projects. And so she didn't reveal what she voted for me, but she did do what I've asked, which is to share if there's something you collect. So Samantha did earn an extra entry on the wheel for not only her comment, but she also earned a second one because she also shared what she collects. All right. Denisha says, I have a lot of different collections: yarn, pens, color pencils, beads, scissors, crochet hooks, and Bibles. And she put that she has 75 crochet hooks. So thank you, Denisha, for sharing. And that did earn you an extra entry as well. Miss Margie says, I collect pens, stickers, mugs, candles, and books, plus other items. I recently started collecting fountain pens. So thank you, Miss Margie, for sharing. I love this engagement, this interaction, because it helps me get to know you as well as these polls help you to get to know me. So I've written this stuff down. So if ever I need to send a surprise giveaway or gift, I've got these extra little tidbits that I'm learning about you guys. Miss Terry, thank you for responding. And she says, items to make someone else smile is what she collects. She says, I live in a small area and usually don't spend on myself. I do have enough yarn to use as insulation, but it wasn't my intention. Work injury, replace wrist, etc., really slowing me. So very slow to finish and gift. Well, thank you, Miss Terry, for sharing. And what a big heart you have. And Miss Wanda says, if it's crochet related, I collect it. Love it. And Candy says, I'm going with you, do not collect clocks. And she says, me personally, I find myself collecting pens. I'll see pens and like how they look, so I buy them. I love that. So that actually earned Candy 2 entries for that comment. All right. Well, thank you to those that participated and left a comment. So let me share this and go get the answer ready. And it's always curious to see, after 6 years of being on YouTube, how close you come. Tiffany says, oh no, I forgot to go back and add my message on that poll comment area. It's never too late. Never too late. If you leave in like what you collect, but all right, let me get the answer ready. If you said clocks, that is the correct answer. You would have gotten it right. And it looks like the majority of you voted for that. Now, with that being said, let me just share with you. I am obsessed, though, with watches. I love watches. Now, I haven't been wearing one lately because of 2 reasons. One, I do wear my medical ID band, but also I can't find a good watch that will last. It seems like for just whatever reason, even if I have to change a battery or whatever. So I've been really thinking about, Andrew just got an Apple Watch, and I'm kind of waiting to see how he feels about it. I don't think I'm smart enough to own an Apple Watch, but I hear a lot of people talk about them. There's so much that can be done with them, tracking your steps. I would love to have a watch that tracked my steps as well. But anyway, I just love a good watch, and I like a big watch. Like I like it, the face of the watch to be really big, that it almost looks like a clock. But I don't collect them, but I do love wearing a good watch just because I do like knowing what time it is. And believe it or not, I know that I have not displayed this of recent, but believe it or not, it means a lot to me to not only be on time, but to be early. And if some of my friends from past days could see me now, they would be like, something's wrong, because they could always time themselves on whether or not they got somewhere and I was already there. So anyway, I was always the first one of my friends, even in college, in high school, as an adult, at church, with my kids' functions. I was always the first parent there. I was always the first parent to pick up my kids in the school line. I mean, you name it, everybody could judge their time on whether or not they could be late if I was already there. If they got there and I wasn't there, well, then he knew that either they were on time or early, or something happened to Cynthia. And well, I've kind of let people down a little bit on that, but I'm trying to get better. I need a watch. All right. Let me check on you guys. Wanda says, I got 2 crocheting ducks in the mail this week. Meaning like a kit to do them, or what? Please elaborate. And hope you'll send pictures. Margie says she got it correct. Love it. You know me. Tiffany says, yay, at least I got that part correct. Yay. All right, Margie says, I thought you did, Margie. I thought that's what I see on your wrist. She says, I have an Apple Watch and I love it. Margie, you think you could teach me how to use an Apple Watch? Suzanne says, I was torn between candles and clocks. I absolutely knew you collected mugs, right? I do love mugs. And it's funny because I never collected mugs until I started really, I collected a few for the channel, but didn't really have anything that I necessarily, I mean, we did the cup to hook conversations, but my goal was to use the same mug every week and have it be like, the channel mug. But it wasn't until we really started doing things with tea and which was a little bit before the tea party started, that I started really collecting them. And now I'm obsessed. Candles, I've been collecting candles, but I do burn them. Some of them I have held on to. I just started burning some this year that I have actually had for over 20 years. But it's just kind of like, why not enjoy them? But yes, I've been collecting candles since I was in college. And pens, I never considered myself a pen collector, but when I look around, I have little jugs, mugs, vases with pens in them. I even have a crochet hook stand right now that currently has, let me see if I can pull this. I hope it'll still make Dawn Yarn Doll smile. I've got 2 of them. I've got one on the tutorial table in the craft room where I do all my tutorials, and it is used for hooks. This one has got hooks in it. It's got pens in it. It's even got lip gloss in it. And then I've got my little Post-it thingies that I use for my Bible chat research and stuff. And I also use it for Craft Table Talks research. So, but there's also chapstick in there. There's a hook laying down. I have a hook stand, but it doesn't really work. My hook topples over. My hooks are too heavy. So even though that's what it's for. Now it'll hold my pen, my cross pen that Wanda gave me. And then I have my little fidget cross that Wanda gave me. My little worry cross. It's got a little notch there for you to take your thumb and rub. And trust me, I've probably made that little hole a little bit deeper. But anyway, I have pens everywhere. But I love pens. I love pens. I love my Ivy pens. I love pens. Anyway, so I had to say I was a pen collector. I started to put in seashells because I'm not a big seashell collector. But then I saw that thing on clocks, and I was like, oh, let me do the clocks. And yarn. Y'all would have known I collect yarn. I mean, there's a big giveaway, right? What would the joyful house be without yarn? Tiffany says, I used to have a smartwatch. Your phone pretty much does everything that makes the watch work. And I do understand that. And I do know that my phone does a lot for me, but I'd much rather have the watch on my wrist to look at. And so my thing is being able to connect the phone to the watch and make them sync and do what they need to do. That's where I think it might be more brains than I have. All right. But you never know until you try, right? Okay, moving on. The next tea we have to spill is our joy word. So let's take a look at our joy word for tonight. Our joy word for tonight is believe. Believe. Remember that if you use this word in a sentence, in a comment after the live, it will gain you an extra entry above the comment. Now, if you only leave a sentence with the joy word, you only get one entry. But if you leave a comment about something you enjoyed in the live or either responding to something we talked about, that gets you an entry. But then if you turn around and use a sentence with this word, it gains you another entry. So plenty of ways to earn extra entries. But that is your joy word, believe. And it means to accept as true, to feel sure of the truth of something, to have confidence in something. And I love this. When we believe in something, it's a total trust. So what does this all mean? It says that to believe is important because when we believe in something or someone, it empowers us by giving us an unshakable resolve. It allows us to respond to any situation with extraordinary toughness. I love that. When we believe in something, it gives us the empowerment to believe in something with an extraordinary toughness. But not only toughness, tenacity and determination. So what does this word mean in the Joyful House? To believe means to cultivate a belief in your abilities and your worth. It means to cultivate a belief in your abilities and your worth. And one thing that I have heard said before, but I recently heard it from Lionel Richie, was you are born enough. You are born enough. So believe in yourself, because God don't make no junk, and you are far from junk. You are a valuable, unique masterpiece. So that is your joy word for tonight. So I hope that fills you with some positivity and some joy. And with that, the next tea to spill is, it is time for us to chase our fun. Wasn't fast enough. And Miss Wanda said, by the way, she's not sure what they're made of. They are a little heavy, and she emailed me a picture. So I will share those at our next tea party. All right. To chase our fun this week, and if you're new here, we are doing Chase the Fun. This is a book by Annie F. Downs. I got this from one of our Ollies during Miss Kim's first visit with us. All right. And tonight's Chase Our Fun is called Fall in Love with God. Dorothy L. Sayers says, where Christ is, cheerfulness will keep breaking in. The world is full of challenges and hard days. I have found that there are mornings, afternoons, and evenings When I wonder why things can be so hard at times, whether it leads to tears or just a deep sigh, I feel it. And I think we can all relate to that. I think we've all been through things where we just get so overwhelmed. Honestly, I did today. And I've already mentioned it once, hope I don't embarrass her. But I reached out to Wanda today and I just said, Wanda, you've been with me. You've been checking on me faithfully. I just need to share some frustration. And I'm so grateful for that, because that kept me from bottling it up. It kept me from becoming overwhelmed with the new. My doctor personally called me last night, and not quite ready to talk about all that. And when I am, I'll be sure to share it here on a tea party where everyone can hear it. But just know that some changes are happening and some bigger things are coming into play. But I not only was overwhelmed with that, but my support system, not Todd, but my big support system kind of failed me today, and they hurt me. And so I was very grateful to take some of that pain and share it with Wanda, and she was able to help me kind of get over that. But sometimes things just lead us to tears or just that deep sigh. And then Annie says, and then the next moment, the next thing I say to myself, the next reminder is that God is kind. God is good. A counselor here in Nashville shares a mantra with his clients, and he says, life is tragic, but God is faithful. That helps me a lot to say that over and over to myself. It reminds me that the experiences I'm having are human and that the God I follow is good. There are so many good things about God. He is genuinely so easy to love. You can see God's fingerprints in every tree and every flower and every bird and every human. You can hear him in music and wind and thunder and long conversations. You can feel him in the ocean and in a hug and even under a heavy blanket. He is kind and loving and close. He's attentive and caring and real. He is mysterious and just. He is better than you even imagine. This falling in love with God idea, it's not a race, and it isn't always immediate. It doesn't always happen in the timeline that we want. But you don't have to go from meeting him to loving him. But as you get to know him and as you read the Bible and learn more about God's personality, my guess is, says Annie, that you will grow to love him. When you learn what he is really like, how intimately he cares and is involved in your life, when you see his hand and hear his voice and realize how incredibly great the Creator is, you can't help but love him. And before I give our challenge for this week for chasing our fun, I just want to share that after I got off the phone with Wanda, I went into a play date, and that play date will know who they are because I was a little bit late, but God blessed that time I had with them. And it was just Wanda was the cake and it was the icing. So those play dates, y'all tell me so much how much they mean to you, but you have no idea how much your play dates mean to me. It just gives me a time to just kind of step out of the life clothes that I'm wearing that day and just be free to be in the moment, to be happy to be alive, to celebrate friendship, to celebrate love, to celebrate our craft. As I crocheted endlessly today. But then after I got off that play date and before I went into the second play date, which blessed me tremendously as well, I said, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for the unexpected gift of friendship that I have found here on this YouTube community. Little did I know when I started, and I was so fearful. I was so afraid to open my mouth. I was so afraid to mess up. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be flawless. How quickly you would show me that it's in my imperfections that the best friendships are found, that the bond is even greater because we get to go through life together. We get to build upon the growing pains that life brings, and that sometimes my experiences can benefit someone else, or their experiences can benefit me. And so from the bottom of my heart, I truly am grateful that I have this time with y'all, that I do have a place where we can all come together and be truly our, genuine, authentic selves, where we see each other, where we hear each other, where we feel each other, where we pray for one another, and where we love each other and help each other through some of the most difficult things in life. Last night I was over at Mishy's house, and there was a conversation about, hard times that people have to go through between marriages and divorce and stuff like that. And just listening to the chat, I mean, some were rejoicing, some were sharing heartfelt, cries, and I could just feel everyone. And I found myself in that moment, just calling each of those people out by name and praying for them. And what a gift that was. I felt so honored, and yet not a single person had one clue that I was praying for them. And to me, that's what sharing this life journey is about. For some, you may come for a tea party, but for me, I come for so much more. I come for your heart. I come for the love, the kindness that you share. You are truly an amazing, profound group of people. And I find God, and I say to him, how am I so worthy of this? How am I worthy to be blessed with such amazing people? And then I don't let him answer, but I am very thankful. And then I was reminded also that what we're studying on Bible Chats on Fridays in the book of Philippians, that there's nothing that we go through in life that God has not called us to, that he has not prepared us for. And I know some things we go through are very hard and very overwhelming and just seem like we're never going to see the light of day or get our head above water, but he's got a plan. And I'm learning more and more, especially on this tremendous health journey I've been on, even with the news I got yesterday, that I'm here for a reason. And there's somebody who's going to walk this journey with me, that's going to walk through the same water that I'm walking through, that's going to need a hand to hold, that understands what they're going through. And even if I don't, just like in the youth ministry field, as a youth minister, there were so many things those kids brought to me that I never experienced. I didn't know what a real broken home was like. I didn't know what it was like to grow up with parents that, were in jail or did drugs or, whatever. I mean, I'd never smoked a cigarette. To this day, I'm almost 57. I'm almost 57. Time flies when you're having fun. I hear you correcting me. I've never smoked a cigarette, so I didn't know. And back then I'd never drank alcohol, and I didn't know what they were going through. I didn't know what kind of those temptations felt like, I mean, a little bit of a TMI, but I never even had sex till I was 27 years old. So I couldn't relate, but yet God called me to those kids for a specific reason. And yet, even though I struggled and didn't understand why, it was to show them that you can do this, and you can get through this, and you can say no, and you can be stronger than you think you are. And with all of that, it reminds me that even with what I'm going through right now with my health, I am stronger than I think I am. But it's not all on me. It's not all on my strength. Because if it was on my strength alone, I don't even want to know where I'd be. But it's not just on God either. It's on the gifts that he's given me. And that starts with all of you. You are such a gift to me. I know sometimes I come on here and I'm stressed. I come on and I can't have a clear thought because of whatever my health issues are. But yet, one thing I always walk away with is I feel love, I feel accepted, and I feel joy. So, what is our challenge this week? What are some words that you would use to describe God? What has he done in your life? List 5 of them and then thank him for them. And I want to go a little bit further because I've heard people say, well, right now, when I think of God, I'm angry. He makes me mad. You know what? God accepts those words too because he understands. He's given us a human heart. We're not perfect like him. And he's given us the emotion to be angry, to get mad. And sometimes he wants us to get mad because it's in that madness that we grow. It's in that madness that we find our strength. It's in that madness and that anger that sometimes we find our hope and our perseverance. And he cares. He cares about all of that. All right. I'll try to save my little Bible chats for Friday afternoons, but that's just where Annie took us today. And I thank you, Annie, for that because I, of all people, really, really needed to hear that today and be reminded of that. All right, let me check on the chat. And then we are going to go look at our community makes and bloopers. All right. Let me look for those emojis. I saw some dropped. And it was Jen. Thank you, Jen. You're the one who dropped the emojis. Thank you so much. Wanda says, not sure what they're, oh, I did read that. And she's emailed a picture and I will share it, not sell it. I'm not going to sell your picture, Wanda. I'm going to share it in 2 weeks at our next tea party. All right. Suzanne says, I hope they're good changes, Cynthia. It's not that I want to not share it. It's just, I guess I'm still processing it, but you know what? I just sat here and said how much love I feel from y'all. 2 minutes, and we're going to move on because I have more fun things for us. First thing is we are pulling me off of the Manjaro shot. I'm literally at almost 3 months now of not eating food. As one of my support group members has so politely told me this week that I should be fine because I'm fat. Even though you can't tell it, my doctor did tell me I am malnourished. So I am malnourished. I am a little bit dehydrated, and it is clear from my sugar levels that my body is not producing insulin at all. And you have to have insulin. Your body has to produce insulin. So my pancreas is not producing insulin. Right now, we believe that the Manjaro is what's causing all of this. We believe the malnutrition of 3 months of not really eating, the dehydration, and the high sugar levels, because when your sugar levels are high, you get headaches and fatigue. A combination of those 3 is probably why I am tired all the time, why I am sleeping all the time, why I have to take naps in between play dates before a live, and the headaches. I had a headache so bad Monday, I had to cancel my live with the Joy team, and it killed me because we're off next week. So they've got to wait 2 more weeks before they get to work on their mystery make-along. But life was happening to them too, and so we all decided to wait. So that made me feel a little bit better. But anyway, so they're taking me off of the Manjaro because right now we're saying that that is the issue. But my doctor doesn't think that that's the issue. I am to take my insulin 4 times a day, no ifs, ands, or buts. The 3 that I take during the daytime, I have to take them with food. But if my body is not able to eat or hold food down, then rather than doing the dosage amount in a sliding scale, and what that means is every time I eat, I take a minimum of 10 milligrams of that insulin. If my sugar level is in a certain number frame, like say 150 to 175, 175 to 200, so forth, then there's a sliding scale and I add that many milligrams to it. So most of the time, the minimum milligrams I would take is 14 and the maximum would be 20 for a meal. And then my nighttime insulin, I take 80 milligrams, which is kind of high, but when your body's not producing the insulin at nighttime, you're at a greater risk of stroke and heart attack. So I have to have those sugar levels down. But anyway, if I cannot eat, I skip the 10 and I just do the sliding scale. Yes, it can upset my tummy because it's a fast acting insulin. So my daytime insulin is fast acting and my nighttime is slow releasing, which means it takes the whole night to kind of get out and into my system. And it gets me started for the next day and prepared and ready for that first daytime dose. But anyway, her fear is that it's not the Mounjaro. Her fear is I'm already in congestive heart failure. Her fear is that my heart and my pancreas are failing. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. I'm borderline stage 4 kidney failure. So all of this is a huge risk right now. And she's kind of a little bit concerned that I waited so long. So I did tell her that I have some YouTube friends who just flat out said, you either call her or we're coming. But I told her I was trying to hold out to my appointment, that I thought maybe I just needed to adjust because medicine in itself affects me very fast. Like anytime I take something, I'm very sensitive to it. So I thought maybe that's what it was. I just needed to adjust to this increased dosage. But anyway, nonetheless, here we are. So I take the Mounjaro on Sunday. So I took it this past Sunday. So this coming Sunday will be the first time I don't take it. And so therefore we need to wait at least a week. So if by next Friday, I still cannot eat, I still cannot keep food down, I'm still just falling out from exhaustion and I'm still dealing with headaches, then I am to go straight to an urgent care or an ER and request. And she told me to let her know that I was going so she could call ahead and tell them exactly what needs to be done. But she would want an MRI and a, not CAT scan, ultrasound done of all my organs, the heart, the pancreas, the kidneys, the liver. She said gallbladder, but I told her that I've had that removed, and my colon and possibly my intestines. And because she thinks that there's something greater at play. So I am still trying to process all of that because she really wanted me to go today. But she said, let's rule out that it's not the Mounjaro, or let's find out if it's the Mounjaro or not. And so she wants me to wait. And so right now the goal is, unless that stuff is still happening by next Friday, then I'll do nothing and I'll still go see her on the 21st and we'll go from there. But she said, even if, and so I did get emotional and I said, does this mean then that I can't ever beat diabetes? Because I have it in my head, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to win. This is not my destiny. My destiny is not to go down as a diabetic for life. And I'm on this Valentine's marks 15 years that I was told I was a diabetic when I was first diagnosed. Yes, on Valentine's Day, that was my Valentine's gift. Anyway, I'm determined. And so in that instant, I lost hope. And she says, that's not what I'm saying. But it is clear that your body is not producing any insulin. And so you probably will have to take insulin the rest of your life. But you can take insulin and not be a diabetic. So there's still hope. And that's the hope that I am trying to focus on. But in the meantime, it's hard. It's hard when these headaches come. It's hard when I'm just so tired, or I walk across the room and I have to sit down because I literally have no energy. But she is confident that once I can start getting food in my system and keep it down, because not only am I losing food, I'm losing all the other medication that I take, which is not much. Knock on wood. I've done really, really great. I've been really, really hardcore on doing what I'm supposed to. That there was a time when I started out as a diabetic, I was taking 15 different pills, and I'm literally down to 2 and a baby aspirin because of the embolism that took my life a couple years ago, to keep the blood thin. Other than that, that's all I'm on other than this insulin. So I'm already like halfway there to kicking diabetes tail. So that's what I'm focusing on. But I do have to be smart and realize that it could be something bigger. And it could be anything from, cancer. It could be anything from a parasite in my stomach. It could be, just my organ is done. And, then there's that whole what if there's a match. But I'm trying not to go there. I'm trying to say this is another one of those things that God has specifically called me to. He's asked me to do this task. He's asked me to testify. And so I'm trying to be strong. But 100% I'm not there. And that's why I didn't want to share. It's not that it's something horrible. It's not that it's something bad. It's just, I think the hardest part is my family doesn't quite believe me. And I have been called fat, I've been called lazy, and I've been called a liar this week. And that's hard. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because my support system, that's supposed to be my ride or die. And I'm not talking about my kiddos. Jonathan and Andrew have been amazing. Andrew has called me every day to make sure I'm okay. The only reason Jonathan hasn't is because I haven't had a chance to tell Jonathan. And even though Jonathan and Andrew live together, I told Andrew it is not his responsibility to tell Jonathan. That is my job. And so I'm just waiting for the right moment. Jonathan and I were supposed to see each other yesterday, but due to the weather, which it was a blessing, I love thunderstorms. And so I embraced every minute of it yesterday. But because it was so heavy and so much of a downpour, which I get that other parts of South Carolina, by the way, didn't get that downpour. And I'm so sorry. But I'm going to tell you what, the pollen has been washed away here because we've had rain every day since Saturday. But even just 45 to 50 minutes down the road has not seen a lick of rain. And I am so sorry for that, my friends. I am praying for you that you get that rain and wash that pollen away and keep these fires from forming. But anyway, and that's the thing. I'm trying to find the joy in the center of the storm. So that is that. And that was longer than 2 minutes. And I'm so sorry. I'm definitely got the gift of words. So maybe I should change my name to Blabbermouth. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. So we'll see what next week brings. Angela says, my son just got done singing. Oh, how awesome is that? My 18-year-old wants to sing, especially with me, his old mom. I'm so blessed. That is a blessing. And I appreciate you sharing that joy. And I know that I already had a little bit of privilege of knowing that he was going to be singing that song for graduation. But oh my gosh, treasure that. I know you do. I know you do. Hello, sweet Dawn. Dawn, I pray you're getting some rain. I'm praying. So my mama's about to have a fit because they're not. Oh, Dawn, you're so sweet. Thank you for that gift. All right. Let's see. Yes. Dawn is sharing that she appreciates everyone's prayers for her husband. All went well and he is healing, and that is good to hear. And thank you, Dawn, for following up with me on Monday. Angela says, God wants all of us, not just our good parts. Surrender all to him. And I thank you for that. I thank you for that. My little ears needed to hear that. So, right, Terry? So happy for Mr. Joe. All right. Are you guys ready to see our community makes? For a moment, I didn't think I was going to have any, but then at the last moment, I had some folks that sent some stuff in for us, and you guys are in for a treat. Suzanne says, GLP-1 shots have a risk of gastroparesis. I pray going off Mounjaro helps. Me too, because it was helping to keep me in the target zone, but according to her, she said I still was out of target zone and it was too high for someone that wasn't eating. And I told her what frustrated me the most is that the scale, you would think after 3 months of not eating that I would have been gifted some grace of losing some extra poundage. But I said, the scale has not moved. But I said, I know that's not true because I'll see people and they'll tell me that they see a lot of weight loss in my face, that my face is not as circle and round. It's more oblong and narrower. And I said, but I feel it in my clothes. And she said something that I didn't know. So maybe I'm going to bring some joy to someone else. You can lose inches, but not pounds. And I said, well, something's going on because my clothes are falling off. I'm mooning my family. And I made her laugh, but she said, yes, you can lose inches even if the pounds don't reflect it. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. He is awesome. He is. I pray that you get answers soon. That's a lot to deal with, but God has your back and he will see you through. He will, and he has already. I've seen his mighty hand already moving. I call myself a lightweight with meds. Yes. Can't take a lot, little doses. Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand that. They do. Every single time I go in, that's one of the things they check, because I know being on those type of pens that you have a very strong possibility of developing not only thyroid problems, but thyroid cancer. So thank you. Thank you. All right. If someone will drop some emojis, I am going to share our community makes with you and some bloopers. Are y'all ready for some laughs? Let's get the party back going with some laughter and enjoy some community makes and bloopers. Here we go. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to Craft Table Talks number 10. Today our table topic is, what does gauge in crochet mean? Before we get into all of that, if you will, take a moment and Hello, welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to Craft Table Talks number 10. Today our table topic is, what does gauge in crochet mean? Before we get into that, let's... why do I keep drawing a blank? It's like flow, 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 and then freeze, deer in headlights, and brain is blank. What do we need to do and say next? Okay, back to the drawing board. Hello, welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to Craft Table Talks number 10. Today our really? My mouth moves faster than my brain. Blah, 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 blah. This is simply just a testing video because sometimes I forget to turn the volume up, and then I get done with my videos, get all the process done, and just go to look at them after I've uploaded them to YouTube, and I'm talking very quietly, and it seems like you have to almost blow up the volume on your device to hear it. So testing, testing, testing. And always sloshing a little bit of water so my voice doesn't crack, dry out. A little behind the scenes knowledge, insight, craziness. Y'all would be surprised how many times I talk to myself when I mess up. So this time I seemed a little bit more sane and I talked to y'all instead. All right. I forgot, back on Chasing Our Fun, I had 2 people that sent in stuff on them chasing their fun. So let me share those videos real quick. The first one is Miss Sonja. And I have not yet added everyone that offered content tonight in the information box of this live, but I will as soon as we finish because I was just finishing up getting all this stuff done before we went live. So I'll be sure and make sure Kim and Margie and Tasha and Sonja and Connie get their information in the box. All right, here we go. This is Miss Sonja chasing her fun this week. And then this is Miss Connie and her sweet fur babies chasing their fun. All right, I have one more spill the tea, and then I have someone who has been patiently waiting in the basement, and I told her I don't really have a lot of content tonight, so we'll be done in like maybe 30, 40 minutes tops, and we might could sit around and just chat with everyone and crochet a little bit. But yeah, you know, what did we call me? Blabbermouth? Yeah, she'll find something to talk about. The last bit of tea for tonight. And before we do head out to our vacation next week, meaning our week off from the channel. So again, if you're just now coming in, a reminder that our next tea party is in 2 weeks, on the 14th of May. Tomorrow night is Real Delight on Friday night. And while I'm talking, we're going to head over to the party room because that's where I have it. I would like to just do another big blanket invite to invite you to come spend the evening with us as we hang out in the Zoom room and watch a movie. And this is what we are showing. All right, so we'll be showing Mother's Day, and I watched it again last weekend because it had been a while, and I forgot how funny that it's truly a comedy, so it's really funny. This is the only thing that is fresh off the hook, and this is, if you'll remember from our March wheel, Grandma Anna was one of our winners, and instead of choosing an envelope, she asked me if I would make something for her. And I said, sure, and asked her what it was. And she said she wanted a slouchy beanie. It is my first time ever making a slouchy beanie. I've made plenty of beanies before, but never a slouchy one. And oh my gosh, I might have to make another one because I am in love with this. But this is it. I got it finished. And the only thing I did different, and I will in the information box, leave a link to the video of the designer that I made this from. The only thing I did different from hers is after she got to where the beanie was 12 inches long, she fastened off and then she took a long piece of yarn and just weaved it in like every 2 stitches around the circumference of the hat and then just pulled it together, and it gives it kind of like a gathering, like a pooch at the top, and you've got like the little folds on it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I personally don't like the look of that. That's just my personal preference. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just that, my personal preference. So what I did instead of doing that is when I got to 12 inches, I literally just did double crochet decreases. So I continued doing the double crochet, which is all this is double crochet all the way around. And I think it took 3 rounds for me to get it completely closed in. And then I fastened my tail in. And that's what I don't know if you can see, but that's what it turned out like. Oh, there, you can see it a little bit better. So it just gave it kind of like as if you were starting it from the top going down, but it is work from the brim to the top of the hat. But this is it. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, this is really long. This is really long, but it is a slouchy beanie. And you can always do it, 10 inches instead of the 12. But I went ahead with what she was doing in the video. And I did try it on and I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, I think I want to make one that I can just put like all of my hair in and then wear it as a beanie. So yeah, might be making more of those in the future. But I did want to go ahead and show that so that I can get that out to her. But I'll make sure I take pictures and I'll include it in the next Tea Party Community Makes video. All right, without further ado, I have someone who's going to come and model their shirt for you. Plus, I'm going to give you the blessing of seeing her smiling face. She was our winner last Thursday. And I don't know why it's not adding you. Oh, I do know why it's not adding you. Give me 1 second. I got to switch screens for starters. And I got to go here. And now it should add her. There she is. There she is. Melissa. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. There she is. So there's Miss Margie.
So, and I got the men's style. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, and it looks great on you. So, all right. Well, thank you for being willing to come up and share that. So, no problem. Hopefully I will put that in more people's hands eventually. So, may have to add that to an envelope. Take one of those Amazon gift cards out and put in a Joy is My Superpower t-shirt.
Thank you, everybody.
So, thank you, Suzanne, too. Thank you. She does, doesn't she? Right, Terry? Yes, yes. Yes. All right. Well, I am going to go back up and just check the chat. Nightbot says, "Is this movie night?" It does, Wanda, and it looked good on her. Yes, and Candy won one as well, and she wore hers to church Sunday. So, I know Candy's a little bit more on the shy side, but maybe you'll take a picture and send us a picture. You can always do neck down, but we'd love to have your beautiful face. So, and I can share that at the next tea party. All right. Margie, while I am checking the chat, is there anything that you would like to share? Maybe shout out on your channel. I know you got some things in the make that you are going to eventually be bringing, and you've brought a couple things back.
Yeah. During my live stream, I announced that I had a poll on my community tab, and it looks like Crafty won out. So what I am doing, kind of like what Miss Cynthia does with the word joyful, then she refers to us as the joyful family and her joyful team for those that are members of her channel. I am going to start referring to my subscribers as the crafty family, and my members are going to be my crafty team.
I love that. I told Margie I like the crafty members and crafty team because crafty was in her title and it just seemed to fit. But
yeah,
but hobby would have been fine too.
Yeah. And I did have a couple of people and stuff in my I think it was in my Crochet With Me Monday video. I did have a couple of people that had commented that they liked crafty. Zach had commented, or they made a comment on the poll and said that he liked crafty because we all are crafty. Everything doesn't matter if we're crocheting or whatever we do, our crafts. And everything we're crafty in whatever hobby we do. And everything we do a lot of us we do more than just one craft. So, and that's me. I do more than just crochet. I'm going to get back into doing my paper crafts. I want to get back into doing my mixed media arts. I'm missing doing that. But I needed to take a break from that area and everything, because I had to step away from some channels. And I just needed that break. So I want to get back into that. I've even been thinking about taking some classes at our local community college and getting back to drawing.
Oh my gosh.
I used to be able to draw in junior high and into high school. I could just look at a tree and draw the tree. Nowadays, I've lost that because I never kept it up. So, so I've talked to Mike about it, and he's for it and stuff. And yeah, like Terry was mentioning, my the diamond painting. I finished my diamond painting finally. I've been working on it for quite a while. I'd work on it, then I'd put it away for a little bit, and then I'd work on it more. And finally, I just said, no, I want to get it done. So I just worked on it, and I finally finished it yesterday.
Well, Margie, will you hang out with me next week so I can get Stranger Things done then? I am working on it, y'all. I am. Go ahead, Margie.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got a ton of diamond paintings that had gotten through Temu, so I've got plenty of diamond paintings to work on.
Let's talk about
as big as that one that I just finished. So these won't take me quite as long to get done, but.
Well, let's talk about this diamond painting a minute. I told her when she emailed that to me, I emailed her back and said, oh my goodness, wow. Like that had to have taken a long time. Number one, the color palette didn't variate a whole lot. So you were dealing with some of the same colors, but the tediness of the detail in that was just phenomenal. But oh my gosh, you did an amazing job. I'm super impressed. So I wanted to make sure you saw Terry's comment as well, because yeah, you did an amazing job. And by the way, kudos to you on possibly taking those classes. I think that's amazing. And you owe it to yourself to do that. And then the last thing I want to say is Zach is a smart guy. He's brilliant. And I'm glad he left that comment for you. So.
Yeah. Was it a 310 nightmare?
Oh, it was probably more than 310, right?
I'm not sure I'm understanding. I'm not sure I'm understanding, Candy.
Tiffany says, I'm sorry I missed the finished project video. I was making Elijah's dinner. I'll go back and watch it after the live. Yes, do, because Kim, Margie, and Tasha sent in some things, but the diamond painting we're talking about, it was there, and it was of horses, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
310 for the black.
The number for the color black and diamond.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that black 310, and yeah, that was the main. The main.
See, I learned something new.
Yes. That was the main color, and yes. That was a lot.
Oh. Hello, Roseanne. Welcome in. Nugs to you. So good to see you. Tiffany says 310 can be daunting, especially when there is a lot of it.
Yeah, and there was also some of the blues, because there's some blue in there too. And yeah. So I'm gonna like, and everything. I'll have a one kind of missing. I'm gonna like, okay, now is this supposed to be a black or is that one of the blue ones? Yeah.
If that was me, you'd have seen me doing, you know how I always look over my edge of my glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the laugh, Margie. 939 is another color that can get really boring. It's a very dark blue color, says Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
For those coming in, we're talking about diamond painting right now.
Yeah. In fact, let me grab it real quick.
Great. She's gonna grab. I was gonna say Miss Margie shared it in tonight's community makes, but she's gonna go get it so you guys can see it. It'll probably be even better in person. Wow, look at that. Wow. See, that does it more justice. Hang on, let me get out of the way here. That does it more justice, Margie, than even the picture did, doesn't it? Wow. That is so gorgeous.
But yeah.
So gorgeous.
Yep, and 939 was one of the colors that was in this as well.
So you had both of them, bless your heart.
Yeah.
And you've got lots of beautiful comments here. From Miss
Thanks,
Tiffany,
everybody.
Jen, Terry. Right. Oops, it jumped. Hang on. So she did a great job, you guys. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in. Thank you.
Thank you,
For
Dawn.
stopping by. I know, right, Dawn? She did such a great job on that.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful work, Miss Margie. Thank you guys for welcoming Miss Dawn Aaron in as she came in, letting her feel the love, the joy. Candy says, I should send you the picture of Tinkerbell I did. Please do. Please do. We'd love to see it. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, that picture of that guitar and stuff that Samantha did.
I know. That was last week, wasn't it, that we showed that guitar? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you weren't here last week, then try to go back and look through for the Community Makes video and look at the guitar that Samantha and her dad did. So want to recognize Miss Dawn. Miss Dawn, we did recognize you earlier this evening when we recognized all of our new Joy team members, but do want to go and give her a special little recognition right now. So if you will, join me over in the party room and let's celebrate and say thank you to her. Whoops, sorry, Margie. That's StreamYard for you. That's a glitch. All right, Dawn, this is for you. All right. So thank you so much, Dawn. All righty. We're going to try this again, Miss Margie. Let's get Miss Margie back. There she is. And it switched us. All right. And Terry says, yes, Candy. Yes, yes. Share that diamond painting with us. Yes, we would love to see it. Oh, thank you, Dawn, for your gift. We do still have all of those to celebrate. So let's do that real quick. Miss Jen is saying sweet, and Dawn is saying hello to Dawn. I love it. Our Dawn twinsies, our two peas in a pod. They're so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for loving on her. She's already sent it. So I will definitely have that for next tea party. So again, mark your calendars for May the 14th, because next week is the week I take off from the channel. All right. Well, Miss Margie, is there anything else that you would like to share?
Just the only thing I've got right now is just please just make sure and stuff that you're still subscribed to my channel. For some reason, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or what, but in the last week and a half, I've lost 10 family members. And so just double check and just make sure that you're still subscribed and that your notification bell is solid. And I will have my Crafts of the Heart update video up for Saturday. It's scheduled. And then I'll have my normal videos for next week. And praying that Dawn Yarn Doll will be feeling better and we'll be able to do our West Coast Wednesday. And I will be doing my live stream on Thursday.
Oh, Candy sent it to you as well, Margie. So you get to see it early. So you get a sneak peek apple. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, stay put, Miss Margie. We're going to go and celebrate and say thank you to all of those that did share a gift tonight. Remember that I will put your name on a separate wheel, and whenever we meet our goal the next time, then we'll go from there. So I'll just leave those entries and let them carry over. All right. Let's see here. I got to switch over to the party room. Look at that, booting Miss Margie out again. How rude. I don't know if that's StreamYard or if it's just a glitch from the operator, Miss Margie, but I do apologize. And now that I'm in the party room, I don't have my little rude emoji. But anyway, all right. So let me come back over here. And I want to say thank you to both of our Dawns for their lovely gifts tonight. And this is for the two of you. And thank you so much again. Appreciate that. All right. Well, that is all that I have for tonight. As always, it's always a joy and an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you. It's definitely the highlight of my days when I get to have a live and I get to hang out with everyone. I would say my week, but I have a video or a live going on every day of the week. So that means there's joy in the Joyful House every single day. And it is because of my friendship with all of you. Miss Margie, thank you again for at the last minute, not only taking my second phone call today, but also for being willing to come up and show your shirt. And by the way, I found what I was looking for on the first phone call. I now know where to go. It's over in Google Wallet. So I was trying to print off a receipt today and I couldn't find out where to go because sometimes we'll get an email with those receipts and then sometimes we don't. And I couldn't remember where to find it. But after I cleared my head and calmed down after today's family drama, I was able to remember where to go, Margie, and I found it. So if you ever need to know, let me know and I can show you. But anyway, so. All right. Well, again, Margie, thank you for coming up. Joy Fam, thank you so much for being here and spending your Thursday with me. This is now the second Thursday we've ran over. I'm just going to go check and see if Pam is still on. Probably not. I need to send her a card and apologize that I never make it to her house anymore in live time. I catch her replays, but I do not catch her in live time. So I appreciate you being here. Y'all could be anywhere else, but I appreciate you coming to the Joyful House as always. There is no poll, by the way, going out tonight because there's no tea party next Thursday, but a poll will go out on the community post next Thursday for when we come back together on the 14th. So be looking for that because you never know what the poll's going to be. But anyway. But I loved all that I learned about you guys and what you like to collect. And so if you didn't respond and you collect something, I would love, love, love it if you'd still go over to that poll on the community post and just drop me a comment of things you like to collect because I am writing those down. Like I said, it helps me get to know you as well as the polls help you get to know me. So, and on this one, you guys knew me pretty well. So kudos to y'all. All right. You just make sure I'm not missing anything. And I'm not. You got your joy word. It's more important to me that you take the message to heart. You believe in yourself, but I will be looking for those comments and giving out extra entries. All right. With that, be joyful, my friends. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations and find your joy every day. As I clearly shared today, you can find it even in the midst of your storms. All right. Mwah. I love you. Nugs and joy. Bye.